Don't. Alright.
Don't touch me! Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the Mindless Show. I'm your host Bob Dinkle. This is my co-host
Barry Berry.
Barry Berry, still undecided. We don't know what happened to Yeti. We will find him eventually. He might be dead. Today our special guest, we are joined by...
Quentin Tagrrantinof. The F is silent.
Quentin Tagrrantinof.
Yes, don't try and make sense of it.
Yeah.
You're just
Our topic for today is comics. Specifically, shall I mention the specifics that we're going to go into? Yes, I will. Specifically, character design, Western versus Eastern, and I guess, yeah, sexism.
Yes. Well, just female representation.
Or female representation, yes.
Throughout.
Space/time travel, and comics and their movie adaptations. Which ones are better? Or
Well, generally just interesting plot lines.
Yes.
Plot lines.
All right.
And hook lines, but yes.
Yeah. All right, so let's start with character design, Western versus Eastern. Now, when we talk about Western, we're specifically talking about pretty much, I guess, American designs. Like,
yes, pretty much.
Comics that are designed and made in the US, comparing to, I'd probably say just Japanese or Asian as a whole, yeah. So pretty much manga versus comics. Yeah, so...
More Western design, straight
more
up.
design, yeah. So
there's definitely more detail within the characters and faces. Well, within...
depending on...
Of characters.
Western
design.
Okay. So if Western design, the characters' faces is more detailed.
But it's really all is determined by the artist.
That's true.
It is,
If it's a repeated comic where they have to do like a lot of scenes, then obviously it's going to be, a tad bit rough. It's not going to be like artistic perfect or something.
Yeah, that would take forever to do.
Yeah, but in a graphic novel that's dedicated to its own storyline and just that would have its own. But shut up now.
But there are actually some really, I've seen some really good artists out there that they draw super detail in like the most shortest period of time ever, and I couldn't even dream to do that.
I think is it Tony Moore?
Tony Hawk.
No, the guy I'm talking about did it's not Alan Moore, is it? I don't know. He did the first Walking Dead volume. He's actually the illustrator, and the thing is the really interesting thing, it's either Tony or Alan. It'll be in post, but he's a very interesting guy because he does a lot of specific comics by himself sometimes, but then with he actually starts off some series for some people. So obviously for Robert Kirkman, he started off the actual graphics of what the characters would look like, what the zombies would look like, how everything would look like, and then taught like Charlie Adlard and a couple of others how to continue it. And the thing is, I met him at I think it was Supernova or Comic-Con this year, and I actually got him to sign my book, and it was really interesting. Yeah. The thing was, I waited to just so he could sign my book, but as I was waiting, I was watching him just sketch out these different characters. So he just comes up with things just like that. It's
good art.
I find it very interesting. Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me. When it comes to like more, this is what I've noticed and researched. When it comes to more Eastern comics, you mainly have like the person that just draws the characters themselves. Yeah. They might have some people just to do the backgrounds and that, but they also ink the characters themselves as well. Yeah. But when it comes to more Western comics, there's a specific person that does the grey layer outline, the inking, and then the colouring.
Yeah, there's all completely different people.
Because like it takes so long, colouring takes so long. Yeah. That
unless of course it's digital comics.
Yeah. Digital.
But there you go.
But still
there is a lot that
with colour you have to incorporate lighting and shadow and
tone and texture. You got to add all this kind of stuff to make the characters look as realistic as you want.
Just black and white. You just have to kind of worry about the texture and a little bit of shading.
And lighting in some sort of sense.
Like especially when it's really bright in the room, you need to have like the back area probably darker.
Yeah, because like you mentioned before with how the Western comics have more detail in like their face and their hair and more like the kind of body parts in a specific way and the actual kind of human character to them. Whereas in Eastern, the only real specifics they have is, I guess you could say, the eyes and kind of the chest waist area, because usually it's
the chest to weight ratio is just
chest ratio. Yeah, so they do that. There are the enlargements of the breast, but they also, even the costumes that the characters wear. I think I've seen much better costume design in Eastern comics than I have in Western. I've read a lot of manga, but I've also read a lot of comics. And to battle them out, it's really hard to... I'd say cosplaying-wise, it's easier to do Western ones because they're like, you could get a onesie of a Superman costume, for example. But then when you go to Japan, it's so much more vibrant with the types of actual cosplaying they do.
You can get a onesie with a Pokemon costume.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of
it's
like...
It's yellow. It's not blue.
Yeah.
I'm not implying your point, but
Yeah, no, but that's just specific, like, Pokemon. That's like the easy basis, but in grave detail, like the Japanese have, like, it's just... I really admire it. Like, you can't really not admire how bizarre their characters are. The hair, the eyes, the dresses, the costumes, it's just bizarre and brilliant. I love it. And especially if it adds kind of to the story and to the character. Yeah. Which I guess, talking about big breasts in comics, we should probably talk about sexual representation in a way. Yeah.
Specifically female, because
there
isn't really...
It's a male dominance in a way for most parts of it. Yeah, so for some characters, for example, Thor, they have actually changed him into a woman.
Yes.
To appeal to the female audience, but it doesn't work that way.
No, it doesn't. It's relatively insulting to the female audience, getting a already male character and then just, hey, we'll just switch it to female and just turn her a chick and then they'll shut up. And then
so it's pretty much...
Why don't you just make a character that's actually good as a female?
Yeah, instead of an already established one and a bizarre mixture to make them into a female from a male.
It's stupid.
It
but
really is.
On that topic,
they can get creative.
Yeah, but there is some light at the end of the tunnel. Has any of you ever heard of Jessica Jones?
Yes. Oh, I'm really excited for that.
So.
Because
Netflix season's coming out so soon. Probably by this stage already has come out. Bastards in the future. Watch it now.
But it's like really dark, and I also like how it's a main female protagonist.
Yes.
Just for the sake of fucking variety. I've seen so many just the dark alone male protagonists. I live in solitude and I drink because I can't deal with my problems.
Sin City.
Yeah, but
still brilliant comics, Sin City. Yeah.
But like in this one, it's got like some morbidly dark themes in terms of just like murder.
What exactly is the story for like Jessica Jones? Like what makes her stand out as a female protagonist?
Okay, because beforehand, like there used to be some history with Jessica Jones, and she was known as a superhero superheroine Jewel. And she was just like a really upright, loving purple girl, and she could like sort of fly and... Wait, no, she could sort of fly, had invulnerable sort of skin, and just heightened strength.
Yeah.
But then she was... I'm going to cut to the chase. Sexually assaulted, which is probably the darkest part.
Yeah.
And then it just sort of gets worse and worse and worse from there. From a guy called the Purple Man. I'm not going to reveal the explicit details because it's essentially what you watch in the fucking TV show for anyway.
I don't know, because I think the TV show is set after that's happened.
Oh, it's after.
It's after that's happened
but
to
it's
her.
Like
but
it's still
she's now a detective, isn't she? So she's given up on being a
private
superhero. She's a private investigator. Yeah. And so now I think the TV show is pointing at the fact that is the Purple Man who's come back now to
who's played by David Tennant. He's brilliantly creepy.
And if you've seen Doctor Who, I'd say you don't want to watch this because it just changes his character. It changes him as a whole.
Except it just proves that David Tennant is a brilliant actor. Is actually a good actor.
Yeah.
He's not just like that British dude who's like, we gotta save the day. Cornwallis, I forgot the name. Cornwallis sounds European.
It sounds European. Let's go.
It sounds like a European sidekick. Like a Houston. Doesn't know. Houston. Yeah, Houston sounds really American.
Yeah. So there is Jessica Jones. So sexual representation could be better.
Yes, it definitely could be better.
Could always be better. Yeah.
Jessica Jones is a clear representation of that. But because of the sexual assault themes, that's only to like it intensifies the story. It emphasizes it. It's not just there for the sake of it.
What about Supergirl, for example?
Yes.
Like I think she's a really good character. But the only flaw I see in the idea of Supergirl is the fact that she's just the female version of Superman.
Yeah, I
still like that. Like as a DC Comics fan, I like that. But I'm also a Marvel fan. I don't go in that battle. Shut up. But it's just. there's problems with it.
Yeah, I had that complex beforehand where this is with the recent introduction of the Supergirl TV series, which...
Is it good? I haven't watched it.
Well, first off, I'm not going to say whether it's good or bad, but I know one thing, I'm never going to watch it. For a couple of reasons. One, Jimmy Olsen.
Oh, God.
Like the typical like
the
ginger, freckles, photographer dude, right? He's like so short.
Nerd.
He's like, yeah. And Supergirl's just a tall black dude.
Supergirl.
Wait, what?
Yeah. It's a tall... His name's Jimmy Olsen.
You said Supergirl's a tall black dude.
Did I?
Supergirl is...
Jimmy Olsen's a
Right, yes.
but
now Jimmy Olsen is a tall black dude for literally no reason, and again, not.
I think it's just trying to do like racial diversity, and like I don't see a bad problem in that, but it's not.
It just doesn't make
him.
sense.
It doesn't bring out the character that he used to be. Like even in Smallville, they were able to do him really, really well. Yeah, and now, and to be honest, like the guy who played him. I don't remember his name, but the guy who played Jimmy Olsen in the TV series, it's either his twin brother or it's him, became like, he's now in another, well, my mind's just gone blank of what I was going to say, but he's in another, he's in X-Men.
Alright.
Yeah, so he's in the X-Men films now. I don't know if it's his brother or not, but one of the two of them are in X-Men, and they play the guy who... Is the guy
Oh, wait, you mean the Jimmy Olsen Superman Returns? Because it wasn't a Jimmy Olsen in Man of Steel.
No. What? No. No, I'm saying in Smallville, the actual TV show.
Oh, yeah, Smallville.
In the 11 season TV show.
Yeah,
Jimmy Olsen that they had in that.
Yeah, I think it was...
Good
I think either his brother or was it the Iceman or... Yeah, it was probably Iceman,
Yeah.
I thought it was Angel for a second, but no. That's Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah. Macaulay Culkin.
He's a heroin addict. A heroin addict has wings.
What else? So...
But wait, couldn't you consider that they're different timelines though? So like Jimmy Olsen, maybe in this separate different time universe line.
Oh,
he is a tall black.
He is a tall black dude.
Different
they can
time
change that because they've changed like, for instance, like with
they've changed lots of like they. I'm not denying that they have changed things for the sake of like, because it's more socially acceptable.
Yeah.
Just in this case, it's already socially acceptable to have a black dude. It just makes no sense.
Yeah.
You change one character and just switch it.
I like with some characters how they're what are they, legendary superheroes or something like that, where they're a superhero that their costume can remain, but the person who plays them changes. So Superman, for example, Captain America, for example, even the most recent one that I've been thinking of, Ant-Man, went from Hank Pym to Scott
Lang.
Scott Lang, yeah.
And then there was a guy after him,
no,
but
there was another guy too.
except he was just, I think he was just like a college sort of jerk, and he just wanted to like go in the shower and look at tits and shit.
Yeah, he just wanted to abuse the powers that he had. Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure there was another guy as well, but he died really shortly after getting it.
Yeah,
I can't remember what his name was though. I forget him.
But back a little bit, just rewind a second.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of how Superman's mantle has been taken over by someone aside from Kal-El. I've seen reimaginings of Kal-El where I forgot the specific title, but instead of Jor-El doing the do with Kara-El, I think, it's General Zod. No, it's not Kara, it's Lara. Kara's his cousin. Alright. But so General Zod is now like Superman's dad in this universe, and he has a goatee, and he's like a tad bit more morally ambiguous and like a trench coat, but still cool Superman.
They have a lot of difference. I like Legendary when they do that with superheroes, when they change, because especially when they give them like, if they don't give them a dramatic farewell, like sometimes it's just a casual like, oh, he just stopped here because he didn't want to do it anymore, and now this guy's got the suit. You know, just I don't like stuff like that, because like even in Ant-Man, Hank Pym stopped being Ant-Man because he got too old for the job, and he wanted to keep the whole fact of Ant-Man as a secret, and of course he doesn't want to make it a big deal of talking strictly the movie in this case of Ant-Man. He doesn't want to make Hank Pym doesn't want to make Ant-Man a big deal to the Avengers, which happens by the end of the movie as it is. But it's interesting because of course with the Marvel universe and DC universe, how if they've got specific, I think some minor time lapse happened there. I think Barry has disappeared. That's all right. Talking about time, Comics in time! Haha! How does it work? Will it work?
No, it doesn't.
I'm now Barry.
Time does not work. Because time's not a thing.
But in comic-wise, like, is there any specific, like, comic book, maybe series or something that actually revolves solely around the idea of time travel?
I'm not entirely sure. I think there are some elements here and there. But my personal favourite would be the Winter Soldier storyline. And it's not exactly the time travel. It's like, there's a portal, we gotta get through it. It's gotta take us to the other side of the universe or some sort of shit. As Matthew McConaughey would say.
Yes.
Stellar.
Yeah.
But, no, it's sort of like the linear progression of time and sort of using that and what exactly happens. And in this case, Captain America and his best friend Bucky Barnes around the 1940s, 1950s.
Possible spoiler alert.
Yes. If you're a dickhead, it's a spoiler alert. Bucky Barnes dies, and Captain America's
It's like the comics have been out for literally 30 years.
Yeah.
Catch the fuck up.
There's like the movie's been out for a while too, so
Yes,
that's another excuse.
Yeah,
if
exactly.
You don't read comics.
And if you don't watch movies, then what is wrong? How are you watching this? Go watch stop watching this and go watch Captain America.
Go masturbate to some fucking pineapples. Anyway. Captain America gets frozen.
Yes.
And then he's eventually found
By the Avengers,
decades later.
By the Avengers decades later, yeah.
Yeah.
They find him in the ice.
And
Not like in the film.
yes, but yeah, he's sort of...
Read the comics, you bastards.
He awakens up, and after a couple of years have progressed as he's, Captain America.
Yeah.
Captain America.
Gotten used to, used to the modern day and all this kind of new
And
technology
then
and stuff.
out of fucking nowhere, the Winter Soldier comes along.
Dun dun dun.
And then he realizes, and like Captain America's initial reaction to realizing that the Winter Soldier is his dead best friend from the past who came to the future.
Yeah.
That's obviously going to be somewhat, am I fucking crazy or what the hell is happening?
Yeah, that's going to be dramatic. Yeah.
But what exactly happened was Bucky Barnes became the Winter Soldier after he was adopted by, not adopted, but taken away.
Yeah.
His broken corpse, I guess.
This was by Hydra. Yeah.
By Hydra. Baron von no, fucking, the old German.
Someone von German, something German.
Yes. The squinty little glasses dude. The little asshole everyone hates. He's a computer in the next movie, but whatever.
Yes.
He takes the Winter Soldier, gives him the robot arm, makes him like super awesome.
Yeah.
Also got like super evil and shit by repeatedly brainwashing him.
Yeah.
So he doesn't know what the hell's happening. He thinks he's essentially a robot.
Yeah.
And he works as an assassin for Hydra behind the enemy lines and behind sort of everything else. And he's the assassin that executes people throughout the years, like for
JFK,
for example.
Yeah.
And when he's not needed, when he's not in action, he's just cryogenically frozen and brainwashed again, and then his task is reset again.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So it's just a progression of time. That's and how everything sort of like dispersed and links back together again. Some nice little cyborg dude.
Yeah, because there's a comic book series I read. It's a very good crossover. It's a Doctor Who meets Star Trek: The Next Generation. So you've got Matt Smith's Doctor with Amy and Rory, and you've got Captain Picard with all the rest of that crew. And
70% believable.
70% believable. This could literally be the next Star Trek TV series. So they actually mix it together in a very interesting way, mainly focusing on the enemies. Yeah. And this is the Borg and the Cybermen meet and actually mix together.
Wait,
and
are they Blorgs or Blorgax?
I don't remember.
Because I heard Blorgax and Rick and Morty, I don't know.
Well,
wait, are they they try cybernetic...
Cyborg?
They're trying to like assimilate... They're trying to assimilate people and shit into androids, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's sort of a Robot Chicken sketch, that's all I know about Star Trek.
It's a very interesting character because the art style is amazing. The way that every single character talks is very much like the actual characters from the TV series, and it's just so good. Like you can believe that this could literally become an actual TV series or even an animated series. Just like, boom, there you go. This is what happens if these two collide. So so that's very interesting. Yeah. I just want to put in one more thing, just one tiny little detail.
Okay.
Scott Pilgrim.
Yes.
I just had it on my mind this whole entire episode. I wouldn't say it's ruined by the movie.
No.
The movie I thought was amazing.
The movie is quite great, and it does live up to the standard of Scott Pilgrim in a movie.
Yeah.
A lot of people complain about Michael Cera, but you can't really hate Michael Cera because he's just like a random dude who walked into the set, and everyone was like, "Okay, you're doing it." And he was
Scott, let's do this.
He's too scared. He's too modest to say, "I'm not an actor. I'm just a person."
Yeah, but the actual comics themselves, because they started off as black and white comics, and now have been remastered into like
color,
hardcover ones, which cost a mighty dear, cost a lot.
Yes.
But the film was it finished?
The film ending, it had alternate ending and it had the regular ending. The alternate ending being Scott will eventually. We got to go now because
we'll just finish this up.
Now?
Yes.
Yeah, finish what you're saying now, then after that,
okay.
got to end that.
Okay, so there's got to be a weird edit there.
Yeah. So
Weird.
So specifically, the end of the actual film had a different ending because it came out before. Did it come out or was it made before?
Okay, well, first off, just talking about the film here, it had alternate ending, which they showed to like the first crowd before it was released into theaters. Then it had the regular ending. The first ending was Scott ends up with knives and not Ramona, but that's just fucking stupid.
Very much so.
And the real ending was, you guessed it, Scott ends up with Ramona.
Yeah. I thought knives ended up with the what's the kind of alternate Scott? What's it called?
Nega Scott.
Mega or Nega? Nega Scott. Yeah. So I thought
that sounds really bad.
Didn't knives and Nega Scott end up getting together or?
Yeah.
Or was that in the book?
I didn't really see that in the book. I think I vaguely saw like one little section.
I feel like I saw it in the film, but I'm like,
but
that's
anyway,
happened in the film.
In the comic book, the ending was made. The sixth comic book wasn't made until after the movie was made.
Yeah.
So it was a completely different ending, and the whole book is just like shit tons better as an ending. And plus, you've got all the other context of the previous books, which the movie couldn't summarize all of it.
Yeah.
And it all just fucking nicely
ties it all up into a rope.
Yes.
Yes.
And the ending's just a lot more epic in terms of Gideon being a demonic asshole.
Yes.
But yes.
Alright, so we will end it here.
Yes.
Thank you all so much for watching. I'd like to thank my special guest.
Quentin Tagrrantinof, the F or G is silent. Pick either one because I really don't give a shit. I made up this name. Clearly.
Okay. You don't want to know his actual name. It will destroy the universe. We'd like to thank Mr. Clock for joining us and filling in for Barry Berry. And we will hopefully find Yeti. He might have been in prison for life. We don't know yet. We're still trying to figure it out. Don't go to Mexico, kids. I'm your host, Bob Dinkle. Today's topic has been comics. And we'll see you all, or you'll see us, or anything either way. We'll be in the next video. He probably won't be.
Maybe.
You're cheating on me. For a clock.
That was hardly dramatic.
It wasn't.
Wait, highly or hardly?
I said hardly because it's a hard clock.
Ah.
Okay.
I thought
It's made of wood, of course.
my
Hardly.
dick. No, get the fuck out of here.